today's problem is to converting the given Roman numbers into an integer. So, for suppose we were given uh, this Roman value, we need to convert it to the integer. Basically, the idea is we have a standard Roman numbers. I is 1, 5, and then 10, and then 50, and then 100, and then 500, and then 1000. These are all the standard Roman values. We need to convert. So the rules are, if the Roman value, the character is, for suppose, if this is the Roman value that is given, we compare these two. If the left hand side is less than the right hand side one, then we would subtract it. So this will be 1, this is 5. As this is left to 5, we subtract it from the right side one, the value would be 4. If we are given this one, then the integer value will be 5, this is 1, and 5 is greater than 1, so it will become a 5 plus 1, 6. The rule is the left side, we will come from the calculation comes from the left end, and we just compare with the right, the immediate right character, and the integer value of the immediate right character is less than the left one, we add it. If it is greater, then we subtract the previous element. So that is the algorithm. um, I'll just execute an algorithm now. So xiv, we are starting from here. Now we compare it with the next element. This is 1, this is 10, so this is 10 is greater than 1, so we just simply add 10 plus 1, this is 11. Okay, till this part this is 11. And then what is the next element? This one, 10 plus 11, and then this is greater than that result. So we have added till this part. So these two are over. We don't have to compare with anything. Now the next character that needs to be considered should start from here. So the first character is 5, and is there any another character? No, there is no other character. So we just simply add 11 plus 1, 5, that is 16. For suppose we have another character here, then this will become, till this part we are done. Now we restart it from here. Then this is 5, this is 1. So this would be a 6. So this 11 plus 6, that is 17. This is how we do calculate the Roman values. I'll just code it out now and execute that code with an example. So the very first one that we need to do is we need to store those Roman values and corresponding integers somewhere, and we keep on referring them. So it's better to write a separate function which returns the value of that Roman character. That would be, so I'm naming it as, that is an helper function here. I'm just writing here. That would be, you just say inside the class, so I'm making it as a private, and it returns the integer value. I'm naming this function as get value, and we are sending a character by character, so this it takes the character. I'm just writing a switch function here. What is the case? If it is I, then it should return 1. If it is V, it should return 5. If it is 10, it should return 10. If it is L, it should return 50. If it is C, should return 100. If it is D, 500. And if it is M, that is 1000. Okay, this is the helper function to get the values. So the main will start here. What is that? I'm naming that as a convert to integer. Convert to integer. This should be a public one because we need to access it in the program, and make it as a statics to simplify the calling, and returns an integer. I'm naming it as convert to integer. Now the edge cases, if the Roman is nothing, I mean it's a null, or the length is 0, that means they sent an empty string, written -1. Okay, or they are sending a single character, so you can directly return the get value, right? So the get value of the the only single character, so but that is a character, I'm sending a index 0. So these are the edge cases. Now let's start. Initially let's make a result as 0, so that is an integer, and start a for loop. Okay. What now? I'm just making two values. That would be the first one, that is helper function again, get value of I, and then so index over, to avoid the index overflow error, I'll just check first if I plus 1 is lies within the Roman length or not. Okay, then what we need to check? We need to check the v1 and v2. So the v2 will be the I plus 1th position. So int v2 is equal to get value of Roman of I plus 1, right? Once we get v1 and v2, we need to just compare. If v1 is greater than or equal to v2, then we just have to add that to result. So result plus v1. If that is not the case, else what we need to do? We need to add v2 and subtract v1. Result plus v2 minus v1. As those two are all done, we need to increment the I plus also to restart the v1 with the third character. And what if this I plus 1 is less than the if it is not, so v1 will be left alone, right? So the last character would be the v1 and there is nothing else. We simply have to add that to the result. So this is the else condition for this if. If this condition fails, then you simply add result is equal to result plus v1. That's it. So all this for loop done. Once the for loop is done, you need to return the result. Yeah, that's it.